I'd like to now call upon the Dean of the Faculty of Law, Delianne Millard, to introduce the valedictorian.
Thank you, Madam Provost. Chancellor, allow me to introduce our valedictorian, Mostafa Elfakhani. Mostafa graduates from the Juris Doctor Law program. Prior to TRU, he earned a Bachelor of Business Administration degree from the American University of Beirut in his homeland in Lebanon. Mostafa taught improvisational theater workshops to underprivileged school children in Beirut and aided in rebuilding areas affected by the 2020 Beirut port explosion. At TRU Law, he served as a teaching assistant to Professor Bradford Morse, represented TRU in the 2024 BC Law School's moot as part of the winning team, was a student clinician at the TRU Community Legal Clinic, co-founded the student-run satirical law newspaper, The Gavel, and was on the team of students working with Professor Craig Jones on a BC Human Rights Tribunal case. After graduation, Mostafa returns to Dalton Wallace Follick to begin articling.
Good morning, Chancellor, President, Provost, esteemed elders, Dr. DeRose, D. Millard, faculty members, honored guests, friends, family, and the real stars of the show, my fellow graduates. This is stressful, and I don't know if I want to do this anymore. I'm sure you're all familiar with that feeling. We all went through 1L, and at least half of us had to sit through a history lesson about the gold rush from Professor Jones. But the more nights we spent ranting to our loved ones about how many pages we had to read, and the more Professor Hunt went on about his complicated feelings towards Lord Denning, the more we realized how much we all wanted to be here, studying what we were studying and being around the people we were around. When I was told that I was going to be valedictorian, I was so excited. This is such an incredible honor. But as soon as I started writing the speech, I'll be honest, I felt that same way. This is stressful, and I don't know if I want to do this anymore. I mean, it's a big responsibility, and there's a lot of expectations. But the more I worked on this speech, the more I remembered why I wanted this in the first place. And that's because, well, firstly, this is the best view in the house. I get to see all of your beautiful faces smiling from ear to ear, proud of your wonderful accomplishment. But secondly, I wanted this because this was my chance to formally thank everyone here, because these last 3 years, being so incredible, simply doesn't happen if not for you. I learned so much from you, and not just how to write targeted manifestos when things slightly don't go my way. You see, everyone here who's ever had a 30-second conversation with me knows that I'm from Lebanon and that I moved here right before law school started. It was a tough transition. I was moving from halfway across the world, living on my own for the first time, far away from my beautiful family who's here tonight, all while making a complete change in my career path. It's a lonely decision to make, but you all genuinely made it so much easier than it ever had the right to be. You all embraced me from the very beginning. I never felt like an outsider. I never felt different. I felt I'm contractually obligated to use this word, collegiality. So thank you for that. Some of you may know this already, but I lost my mother earlier this year. And when you lose someone so important to you, you start reliving certain moments you had with them, certain conversations, experiences, and you start to analyze them. When I was younger, my mom would wake me up every morning for school, make me breakfast, prepare my lunch for the day, and then we would sit down together and watch SpongeBob SquarePants on TV until my school bus arrived. Now, for those of you who never had the privilege of watching SpongeBob SquarePants, it's this cartoon show about a sponge living in a pineapple under the sea. He also wore square pants, but you probably already guessed that from the name. We're all smart here, we just graduated law school. Anyways, he worked at this under-the-sea fast food restaurant, the Krabby Patty, where his job, the Krusty Krab, where his job was to make their signature burger, the Krabby Patty. There was also this evil plankton, named Plankton, who would constantly try to steal the Krabby Patty secret formula, as it was highly coveted, guys. It really was, trust me on this. Now, as a child, my skepticism knew no bounds, so I would constantly bombard my mom with questions about the show when we would watch. But I had one go-to question. I would ask my mom, "Mom, why is SpongeBob so happy all the time?" Her answers would range from, "Dear God, will someone invent the iPad already? I need to get this kid off my case," to, "Wow, what an insightful question. You're gonna be law school valedictorian one day." But an answer that always stuck with me was, well, SpongeBob is happy because he loves what he does. Imagine that, loving your job. This profession we've worked so hard to be a part of is not a forgiving one, and it's not one that's easy to love. Remembering this story got me thinking, and I know this sounds silly, but how can I be more like SpongeBob? How can we be more like SpongeBob? On the surface, flipping burgers doesn't sound too fulfilling, but as much as we try to make our profession seem prestigious, at the end of the day, every lawyer is working to give their client what they want, just like someone flipping burgers does. What I'm trying to say, it doesn't matter what your job actually consists of. It really comes down to, do you love doing what you do? If you really look at it analytically, this is what I do in basically all my free time, by the way. I got the course prize in law and film for a reason. If you look at it analytically, SpongeBob strongly believed in what he was creating and knew it would make people around him happy. In turn, it made him happy. Maybe that's why my mom was so happy, because she loved being able to take care of me and my siblings, and hopefully we were all making her proud of what she created. Well, how can we be proud of what we're creating as lawyers? How are we making a difference in the people's lives around us? If having a successful legal career is like making Krabby Patties, what's the secret formula? Is it being an expert in your chosen area of law? Is it to uphold the values of our justice system by providing fair legal recourse for those less fortunate? Is it buying a giant billable hour clock to plant on the mahogany desk in my corner office and working until the wee hours of the morning because I want to buy a second 80-foot yacht? None of these seem to be exactly what I was looking for, although the last one was pretty close. You see, the secret formula that was so sought after in the show wasn't a real, tangible thing. SpongeBob's love was the secret formula. That's what made those Krabby Patties so good. Also, I think I just broke the previous world record of 0 for most time saying Krabby Patty in a law school valedictorian speech. Anyways, this realization got me thinking that the law's secret formula isn't a real, tangible thing either. The secret formula is right here, in Kamloops. It's that special TRU energy that permeates the halls of Old Main and will never leave us. We all had it in us to varying degrees before getting here, but TRU fosters our love for the law, which creates the secret formula to our happiness and fulfillment within our profession. TRU doesn't specialize in producing lawyers. It specializes in producing the Krabby Patty secret formula. No one told the Law Society, though. When I mentioned earlier that everyone made me feel so welcome and included when I first got here, it was a combination of a bunch of little things that just showed that people care, like making me a meal before giving me a ride to the airport, or wanting to start a stupid satirical law newspaper with me because it'd be fun to do something like that. All the way to my friends never getting tired of having to let me into the library because I lost my fob for the entirety of my 3rd year. I ended up finding it again, by the way. The little things collectively make TRU feel special, like it's the right place to be. And you all have your own stories that make you feel that way too, I am sure of it. If you ask anyone what kind of stuff they got up to within the TRU community, or even just in Kamloops, you'd get a wide variety of answers. Some people did a bunch of hikes. Some spent hours thinking of fake arguments for a fake set of facts to make Professor Gautier happy. Others partook in whatever the business law club does. I have no idea what they do. TRU law has so many little nooks and crannies to explore, and yet somehow we all came out of it pretty much the same. Kind, eager to learn, determined, smart, hardworking, and really good at customizing little characters' outfits in Gathertown in an attempt to impress employers all over Canada. Some of you looked really stylish out there, by the way. Now, I'm a strong believer that where we come from shapes who we are. So yes, everyone here knows I'm from Lebanon. But I hope that moving forward, everyone out there in the real world can immediately tell that I'm also from Thompson Rivers University. Because my time at TRU will show in my demeanor, my way of speaking to others, and my hard work and dedication to the practice of law and the betterment of society. These values are instilled in us at this school from day one. The TRU energy flows through the teachings of our incredible faculty, the culture our alumni started for us, and the community we made in our short time together. It even goes back to our families and the love and support they provided us to get us to where we are today. We all worked hard to get it just right. We also paid a bunch of money for it. But listen, sometimes you gotta spend money to make money. So you can spend that money over 187 installments for the next 15 years trying to pay it off. So it all works out. That energy affects all of us in different ways, but unites us in cultivating our love for the law because of the people we know are in the law. People with whom we've built incredible connections that are going to last us our entire careers. That's the key to loving what we do and being proud of its results. We've been blessed with the opportunity to take that secret formula and make the law our Krabby Patty. It's on us to start flipping those burgers. I am so proud of everyone here, and I cannot wait to see all the great things you will do. But in this unforgiving profession, if you decide you need to stop making Krabby Patties at some point, stop making Krabby Patties. Life is about enjoying what you do and enjoying the people you love while you still have them. And remember that thanks to this amazing place, you'll always have the secret formula in your back pocket, just in case. I love you all. Thank you very, very, very much.